Well, you've joined us here after the game, a 2-0 win for Ringmer. And we are joined with Owen
Radley.
Radley. Owen, I must say, that could be the best refereeing performance I have seen at this level
Thank you.
in not only this season, but in as long as I can remember.
That's right.
You've had to deal with an absolutely high profile game, two teams on a day where there's cameras, where they're being filmed for the race to step six. I don't think you got one decision wrong. And before you speak, I've always been critical of referees in the past. I was a mouthy centre half. Okay. I want to know what your thought process was through that game and how you dealt with it.
Okay. That's really kind words, so thank you. I mean, I try and approach every game of football the same way in terms of not going out with any, preconceptions about players. There's guys out there I've ref since they were juniors, different clubs, different levels, all the way up to sort of step 5, wherever. With some of them, there's some that I've refereed with because they're match officials as well. But sort of taking the game as it is on the day, there's additional pressure on the players. It's much more high profile than a normal game at this level, where the number of people here watching from the bar, the fact that we've got you guys here, the fact that there's people recording it, there's all those things. And I think you have to, as a match official, you don't change, you take it into account. So I said to them before we went out, look, I know what this is about. I know what the game means to you. You've been ref by me before. You know how I'm going to work. It's not going to be any different. And I think that's the key thing. I think there's times when you maybe have to up your involvement, as in any game of football. If the players are starting to get at each other, there's too many things coming in, there's a bit too much, going on, you have to raise your level. And there were a couple of times today where that needed to happen. But I think you've just got to be human as well. You've got to bear in mind that if someone gets caught, maybe it's not a foul, but it's a hard tackle. A human reaction is going to be to exclaim in pain and probably swear at the person who's closest to you, which is probably me coming over going, "You're right." So if that player then says, he's not necessarily telling me, he's just in a high profile game. It means a lot to his whole club and he's just been kicked. And so that was my kind of approach to it. I'm going to stay on top of them or on top of the game, but I'm not going to kill the game.
Owen, I've seen hundreds of matches being reffed. I've found sometimes the standard, as you get lower, it gets a bit poorer. But I believe that's because of lack of referees and the abuse that they have felt moving forward. Yeah, where they realise it's to a point a thankless job.
Yeah.
Couple of key things today. You had a couple of sin bins, both spot on.
Yeah.
Absolutely spot on. I can't find an incident you got wrong. I had a chat 75 minutes into the game with a couple of guys. And they said, we haven't spoken about the ref.
Wow.
That means when someone doesn't speak about a ref in a football match, he's done his job to the utmost elite level. Okay?
Yeah.
You have put on a show, not only for yourself, for the teams, for the league, but for non-league in general, of the quality of refereeing that is out there in not only Sussex, where we are, not only the Southeast, but in the UK in general. Yeah? That was an absolutely first-class refereeing performance.
Thank you.
Whether that changes next week, wherever you're playing, that's a different thing. But I want to say on behalf of the SNLF, thank you for us not having to speak about you. And it's an honour for you to come in here, give your time, and be interviewed for us.
Pleasure. Thank you.
For any of the listeners out there or any of the viewers, I want people to know that refereeing's a thankless job. And without officiating in these kind of sports, we don't have a game. Get off their back, let them do their job, and let them enjoy the game like the players do. Owen,
Pleasure.
thank you, sir.
Thank you
I
very
wish you
much.
every success for the
Cheers.
future.
Thank you very much.